This diagram maps a path we accept as natural progress: school, university, job, marriage, mortgage, children, and retirement. But blindly checking off milestones without building capacity adds unmanageable obligations. The weight compounds with every step until the structure fractures. Time and health often belong to your creditors rather than yourself. Taking the stairs means following an automatic sequence because it is familiar. Taking the elevator route requires building active assets, like high-value skills or financial literacy, to gain leverage before you commit to the next step. Designing a life of mobility requires auditing the long-term price of the 3 heaviest steps on the stairs before you take them. Society operates on the assumption that any university degree automatically guarantees stability and adult independence. Young adults sign on for high-interest loans to fund general degrees based on social pressure, rarely analyzing what the labor market actually demands or what skills they will acquire. For 4 years, they receive social approval, a protected identity as a student, and eventually a credential. This comparison table shows the cultural promise against the financial practice. The promise is wealth. The practice is that future earning power and career flexibility are heavily mortgaged to service that debt. The pressure of that immediate debt often forces graduates to accept high-stress, low-leverage jobs simply to make their monthly payments. This initiates a cycle of passive delay. A young person uses the title of student to postpone adult responsibilities without actually building employable skills. When education lacks a labor market strategy, the graduate leaves with a credential and a monthly payment that dictates where they live and how long they must work. After graduation, the pressure shifts towards securing a prestigious job title or a high starting salary immediately. A young worker often chooses a role based on external status or the immediate paycheck, ignoring whether the environment actually provides mentorship and skill development. They gain immediate public validation and the illusion of financial success, but quickly find themselves visibly overwhelmed in an environment extracting labor without teaching capability. Foundational learning is skipped, and physical health is sacrificed to meet intense, unmanageable workload demands. High salaries trigger lifestyle inflation. This chart shows that as the salary increases, expenses rise in exact parallel. The wealth accumulation baseline stays perfectly flat at 0. Career longevity relies on active assets, high-value skills, and a reputation for delivery. Chasing a paycheck alone leaves you vulnerable if the market shifts or your health declines. Holding a prestigious title without underlying active assets traps you in a cycle. You have to work harder just to survive your own lifestyle choices. Marriage, buying a house, and having children represent the highest stakes commitments of adulthood. People often enter these massive commitments based on external timelines or family pressure before they have established financial boundaries or emotional discipline. They fulfill cultural expectations and secure a deep sense of public respectability. But the trade-off is severe. The individual is forced to execute adult duties before their adult capacity is fully built. This premature obligation often forces extended family members, like grandparents, into rescue roles. They drain their own retirement funds and energy to provide childcare and financial support. This creates identity compression. You are forced into a permanent, high-stress caretaking role before your own adult identity and stability are established. Family commitments function best when entered from a position of surplus capacity. Attempting these milestones without financial or emotional readiness shifts the burden to everyone else in the system. The top of the staircase looks different when you measure it through options. High-level job titles and large homes often provide the image of success while masking a total loss of personal control. Success is better defined as ordered freedom, the physical health to stay active, enough money to eliminate survival fear, and relational boundaries to protect peace. This quadrant chart maps out your life choices based on where you currently stand. Young adults are pre-climbers. Your goal is to prioritize active assets like skills and health before you sign debt contracts or make irreversible relational choices. For those feeling crushed by weight, you are active climbers. You must stop expanding obligations. No new car loans, no renovations, and no status purchases. For parents and grandparents acting as guides, this boundary line separates help from rescue. Help builds the younger generation's capacity. Rescue transfers their burden onto you. Recovering from the life script trap requires restructuring bad debt, setting uncomfortable boundaries with family, and prioritizing your physical health. A designed life still requires effort. You still have to climb, but you do it with your eyes open to the actual cost.